It's so hard to do all this at once. So, Dad, are you enjoying the party? Why, sure, I'm enjoying the party. Do you know all these people? Why, of course I do, Charlton. I'm the one who invited them. So, did you enjoy any of your guest food? I have never had a delicious selection of gourmet food in my life. Here at my home. So, Dad, how old are you anyway? Well, do I look like I'm 900? No, you don't look like you're 900. You only look like you're about 50. Thanks, Charlton. So, what's on the lineup after us? Well, I'm going to do my autobiographical monologue. You're going to do a monotone? No, Charlton, not a monotone. A monologue. Would you like to introduce me? Sure. Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce to you the one, the only 41-year-old male who has guts to celebrate his 40th birthday a year late. Here he is, Mr. Edward Forrest Gump Bilow.
Ed's a wonderful dummy.
Yeah. I always sit here again.
Yeah.
Let's hear it for the dummy. Hooray.
Hi. My name is Edward Forrest Bump Bilow. This is my life. I was born on November 6, 1954 in Los Angeles, California at the Cedars of Lebanon Hospital. I think only Jewish children were born there. They gave me some Hebrew name like Yisher Yer Camille. I figured that must have been asking about some girl who had an eating problem. Is her Yer Camille? First house I lived in was in Van Nuys, California. Before I started going to school, I was just the cutest little fella you ever saw. In fact, when I was only 3 years old, I had me a girlfriend. Her name was Anne. She was 3'2". Well, you know what I mean. She was also 3. We were boyfriend and girlfriend till we turned 5 years old. Then Anne moved away, way over to Canoga Park. When I was about 6 years old, my brother Larry and I went down the block to see a girl who was sick in bed for a long time. We were across the street from her house, and she was looking out her window at us, and all of a sudden we got the idea that we'd be funny and wanted to cheer her up. So we both started pulling our pants up and down lots of times. She got to giggling, so we figured we'd done our duty. But just about then, guess who started storming down the street to come get us? That's right, it was Mama. And she was a steaming. She took us home so fast, just before she brought us into the house, she stood us right there in the middle of the driveway, spanked us right in front of the whole neighborhood. So everyone could see that she did not approve of what we'd done. There was also a guy named Punky who lived about 2 streets over in a house that I had to pass it by every morning to get to school. I don't think Punky liked me. It seems that anytime I'd walk by and he saw me, he'd try to scare me, and he did. He was a big guy. I thought he wanted to beat me up. Well, since Ann had moved to Canoga Park, I only got to see her one more time before her parents took her and her brothers up with them to another city by San Jose. Never did get to see her after that, even though I tried a couple of times. That made me very sad. I just wanted to see what Ann looked like all grown up. She was Birdie. Ann was about the time that Mama died. She died when I was 7. Daddy said the doctor gave her too much sleep medicine and she never woke up. My brothers cried. My sister was only an infant. But I figured, oh, Mama's got to come back. So I waited and waited for Mama to come back home. And she never did. I was sad. Thought for sure she'd come back home. That's all I have to say about that. Then Daddy had to get married real fast because he had 4 young children to look after. So he married Tammy and brought us a brand new spanking house in Sepulveda, California. I liked going to school because I was smart. I was the best speller that whole school had. Even now, if my children write me a wish list of things they want for their birthday or Christmas, and they misspell a word, they know that I won't buy it for them because they didn't spell it right. I tell them, go look it up in the dictionary. I learned how to play the clarinet too, but it was kind of a corny instrument, so I didn't play it much after the first year, but I really did take a liking to square dancing. I know it was kind of corny too, but I had too much fun swinging around and such. There was another girl named Carly. She seemed to always be my partner. She was good too. We were the best square dancers in the school. I always stayed after school for the sports so I could win the ribbons. I won over 100 of them ribbons. They got lost one day. I don't know what happened to them. That made me sad. But I knew that I was still the fastest runner in the whole school. Why, when I was in the 6th grade, I ran that 50-yard dash in only 6 seconds flat. That made me happy. Then Daddy and Tammy got to fighting a lot, and so they got divorced, and then we had to move out of their new house and into a 3-bedroom apartment in another part of Sepulveda, California. I was about 11 years old when we moved, and that's all I have to say about that. And then I started going to junior high school. That year, Daddy made me some stilts. He said I had good balance and was good at it, and I could probably ride a unicycle. So that year, I asked Daddy to buy me a unicycle, and he did. My friend John and I tried to teach ourselves how to ride it. You know, it's not that easy to sit on because you don't have nothing to hold on to except the sky, and that don't work too well. But after about a month, we were both having the greatest time riding that unicycle. I felt real special. In junior high school, I found out there were these girls that liked me. They thought I was cute. Then I found out
The suspense.
that these other girls liked me too. Before you knew it, I just plumb couldn't keep track of how many girls had liking for me. So I figured it's best time I get myself organized. I can't tell you how late I stayed up one night writing out cards for all these girls so they could be initiated into my new fan club. The card said, "This card certifies that blank," that's where it puts the girl's name, "is hereby an official member of the Eddie Bilow fan club." I didn't know if they really liked my idea about the fan club.
This is true.
They didn't tell me. But I was so naive about girls, I didn't know what to do after that anyway. About that time, when I was about 13 years old, Daddy got married again. This time to a lady named Julia. She had 2 daughters and 1 son who lived with us, and we moved to Granada Hills, California, when they got married. Then I started getting these red, volcano-shaped bumps on my face. They called them pimples. I didn't like pimples because when I got them, that was about when all these girls didn't want to be in my fan club no more. That made me sad. Then, what was just as bad was I had to start wearing these spectacles with thick black frames around them. I was sure happy that I could see so well, but found out later that black frames were not a very fashionable design. The girls didn't seem to like them very much. That's all I have to say about that. When I was 14, we moved back to another part of Spokane, California. That's when I started going to high school. I didn't like living at home because there was all that fighting and arguing, so I packed my bag and ran away from home. I was only gone for a couple of weeks. When I got back home, I had to sleep in the same room as the 2 girls. There was already 3 boys in the other room. I didn't like that. Neither did girls. But about that time, my big brother Larry started going to church, and he started bringing me. And we knew if we believed all the things the preacher was telling us, our families wouldn't approve of that, because we were Jewish. But we knew that if we didn't believe it, that we'd be in a heap more trouble for a longer time. So I started learning how to play the guitar so I could help teach them younger brothers and sisters some of the songs we'd sing during lunchtime at school. They liked me doing that, told me that I'd be a good preacher. So I decided to go to college and study the Bible. I liked studying the Bible, but I always had a lot of questions. In fact, I don't think that my professors liked me asking so many questions. Sometimes I'd be in class and have my hand raised every 10 minutes. Then the teacher wouldn't call on me until he saw my hand turn blue. Turned blue from being raised for such a long time. I started real dating in college. That was fun. I'd take a girl to go bowling or to a school event or just to share eating a big pizza with me. While I was in college, some folks started calling me Fast Eddie. I think they were making fun of me because I was a slow talker. I was just making sure to think about what I wanted to say before I'd say it. Just took me a while. Actually, I don't think I'm slow at all. Remember how fast I ran the 50-yard dash? That proves I'm not slow. I look at it this way. Not slow, not fast. Just half-fast. That's all I have to say about that.
I'll add something else.
Then I met my wife-to-be, Ellen. She was just beautiful and intelligent, too. I don't think Ellen liked the way I used to dress myself. So she started buying me these clothes and dressed me up like I was her little Ken doll. That was Barbie's boyfriend. Now we have 4 young girls. The 2 older girls like to dress me up too. And they all like to wear my clothes. Well, I know I've been talking for a long time. I hope I didn't bore you. Anyway, that's all I have to say about that. Thank you.